Ladies and gentlemen, please take your seats, for the show is about to commence. Introducing from the planet Bergatron, the greatest man in the history of the world, the Emperor of BOYT, the master of disaster, the show. Let's see if he's ready to come out of his cage. Hey, Bergs, you ready? I give you Emperor 55. That's right, folks. The Emperor's back. Where are my peeps at? Do I still have any peeps? I used to have a lot of peeps. Stand and remove your hat. Put your hand on your chest and repeat after me. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Give me a 55. Give me a woo. Because you are looking at greatness. You are looking at the greatest man in the history of the world. The greatest guitar player on YouTube. And the best looking man of all time. You're looking at the George Clooney of YouTube. You're looking at the Silver Fox, ladies. Whatever happened to my Bergettes? Where are my peeps at, huh? Where are my peeps? Do I have any peeps? Because let me tell you something, folks. The BERGS Show is sinking faster than the Titanic. And only you people can come to the rescue. We're all trapped in Rich's van. Help. And only you people can help save the BERGS Show. Where are my peeps at? Because I've been around here a lot longer than a lot of other people who claim to have peeps. Where are my peeps? Where are my Bergettes? Where are my Bergamaniacs? Where are my Bergie boys? So let me tell you something, folks. It seems like everything now is all about drama. Laura Stevenson, you a OG Bergette. Who gonna be the first one of the month to light me up, to light my fire? So let me tell you something, folks. This show is going down in flames. The BERGS Show is sinking faster than the RMS Titanic. Because you have all these people around here driving up to Kentucky, going up to see Lisa. I'm gonna be there, baby. I love you. I'm quitting YouTube, folks. Go out. You going to Alcatraz. I'm getting my judge lawyer friend on you. Let me tell you something, folks. You looking at an OG. But you're looking at a man who's not getting the love that I used to get. Now we had the horse face. We had all these people come in, try to take over the community, put BERGS on the sidelines for a while. I can't play guitar all the time. You want to hear some of the mouthpiece. You want to hear the mouthpiece from time to time. You want to look at a global icon, a national treasure. Yeah, my beard's out of control. Yeah, my hair's out of control. Yeah, my gut's out of control. But I can always lose weight. I can always get a haircut. And I can always trim my beard. Certain people on here, they'll never be able to change. I don't troll. I don't dox. I don't take anything to real life. I'm not a dirty player. I don't lie. I don't cheat. I don't steal. Whatever happened to the BOYT? I mean, Sig hardly even makes any parodies anymore. You got Elbow trying to come back. He thinks he's going to get monetized again. You got Rich running all over the country. You got a Rich running all over the country. You got Rosie running all over the West Coast. The BERGS is a stationary guy. It all happens here in the garage, where I got my DeLorean over there and my flux capacitor with my 1.81 gigawatts. The flux capacitor, folks, it's what makes time travel possible. So the bottom line is this, folks. You want a little bit of the mouthpiece? I'll give you a little bit of the mouthpiece. And after this, I'll give you a little bit of the guitar piece. And maybe I may give you a little bit of the pre-recorded videos with the American flag piece. It's still the winter time, so I can't be giving you raking 55, the shovel 55. That was only for a couple days. We had 1.5 feet of snow a couple weeks ago. I was able to get, 10 videos out of that. It's content. I'm not the kind of guy who's going to drive down to Seattle. I'm not going to be chooching around downtown Seattle in a pandemic. This is all you got. It's a very rudimentary setup. You got a Chromebook, 11-inch Chromebook. You got a guitar amp. You got a 12-string guitar. You got a Dan Electro 12-string guitar. You got a Fender Stratocaster 6-string, which down to a 5-string. Still need to get that fixed. That guitar is on the disabled list. You got the BERGS, talking about Rosie, who did a video about a pinched nerve. I've had a pinched nerve for weeks, going down my neck, radiating in my shoulder, radiating all the way down my arm. Been to the chiropractor twice. That was $60 a pop. You feel good for a day, and then everything slides out of place again. Ugh. So I might have to go to the walking clinic this week. I will have to. Bottom line is this. It's all about drama nowadays, folks. It's all about drama. You got to hop in your vehicle. You got to drive thousands of miles. Now, these streamers, these live streamers, like Rich and Rosie, and elbow the 9,000 series. They've all done it. They should not be on the nation's freeways streaming. Let me ask you something, folks, because Rosie was saying she doesn't have that super chat button. She's been demonetized this month. Do you guys see that super chat button? Somebody hit it up, even if it's just for $1. Laura Stevenson. Here, hold on, let me make you a wrench. Laura Stevenson. Hit that up, even if it's for $1. Let's get the BERGS started. Let's put the BERGS on the board, folks. Let's put it on the board. All right, Laura. Now hit that super chat. Let's see if it works. You be the first one of the month. The first of the month club. No, you can do it right now, Laura. You don't need to wait for other people. You're an OG. So the bottom line is this, folks. Don't you want to see the BERGS show succeed? You don't want to see the BERGS show get canceled? No, Rosie was saying something that she got demonetized. Do you see my money sign? Just click that and see if it works. Bottom line is this. Don't you want to see the BERGS show succeed? You don't want to see the BERGS show go off the air? You don't want to see me get canceled? Because I've been around for a long time, folks. I'm in a lot of pain. And the bottom line is this. Do you want to continue your journey with me? Or do you just want me to fade away? Do you want me to end like The Sopranos, where everything goes black? Because Laura Stevenson with 99 cents. She's lighting it up. Let me give you a Dr. Fish. Laura Stevenson, put it on the board, folks. Let me give you a Dr. Fish. Laura Stevenson, she's the first one of the month to light it up. Let me give her a Dr. Fish and Mary Bear pose. Lighting it up. She's lighting the fire. So you got to start. You got to start somewhere, folks. Ted Songerson. Hosey needs years of mental help. You want to see me succeed. You need me on that wall. We live by words like honor and code and country. You use them as a punchline. You need the BERGS on the front lines. You need the BERGS in that foxhole. You need the BERGS. Look at the size of the BERGS. I'm like a refrigerator. You need me as a security guard. $1.99 from BERGS Show is boring. Let's give him a woo. Let's give him a woo or her a woo. Let's give the BERGS Show is boring a 55, folks. Because you need me on that wall. You need me on that front line. You need the BERGS Show in your life. You don't want this show to be canceled. You want it to go into syndication. You want it to go into reruns just like Seinfeld, just like Married with Children. You go on there every night My dad is watching Married with Children just right around before dinner time. And I say, Dad, why do you keep watching that show? It's so corny. You know what? Some people like it. Oh, yeah, when I was young, I liked it. Christina Applegate, she's a couple years older than me. Oh, she was smoking, folks. Christina Applegate, baby. Woo! Let's give Christina Applegate a big woo. My woos are not coming out so well today. Let's give her a woo. Christina Applegate, born in 1971. I was born in 1973. So when that show, Married with Children, started in 1987, I was 14. She was 16. But she was smoking, folks. All the teenage boys like myself wanted her. So let me tell you something, Christina Applegate. What you doing, baby? Hit me up, honey. So, the bottom line is this. You want to see the BERGS Show get syndicated. You want to see me on reruns for years. Well, the bottom line is this. You guys got to continue to come in here. Don't go over to Riches, Flower Power, Denny Darkness, Oral Ollie. You got to keep coming back to the BERGS Show. You don't flock over to Rich. He had 500 people in there the other day. You kidding me? Lisa Lynn had 200 people last night. What's the world coming to? Lisa Lynn doesn't cam up. She just plays music. She lies, or someone's lying about the relationship. Let me tell you something about that whole Rich and Lisa Lynn saga and why people continued to watch it when he was there for almost 2 months. The only thing that people wanted to know, the BERGS Show is boring with another 99 cents. Let's give him a Dr. Fish. Woo! The only reason why they kept watching that show, folks, is because basically it all came down to a very simple thing. Were they doing it or were they not doing it? Was he getting it in or was he getting it out? That's the whole reason why they kept watching it. Because they would say, Rich, there's no way in real life, this is YouTube life, there's no way in real life you'd be able to pull a woman who looks, I'm not saying she's great looking, but she's not ugly. You know, she's pretty. But there's no way he'd be able to pull something like that. So it was just kind of like a Beauty and the Beast kind of syndrome. And they kept on saying, that's why they kept on watching it, folks. Was he or was he not? Were they doing it or were they not doing it? Chicago Freddy, are you ever gonna do anything else in your life but this? Heaven sent. What's up, baby? Chicago Freddy is the king of all things. So why don't you just come in here under the king of all things and come back up to present time? Why don't you come back in? We got Stefani Germanota. Huh? We got Lady Gaga. What's going on, honey? It's been a long time since I've seen you. Why don't you come in here under your real name, Chicago Freddy? Because we know who you are. We know who you are. You're the king of all things. Just come back here under the king of all things. I currently don't have an enforcer. The enforcer position's open. James Dean, a.k.a. Gonzo Bongo, a.k.a. Chris Keep, he was my temporary, my interim enforcer, but he's totally delinquent. He hasn't been around in weeks. So why don't you come back, king of all things, and put it on the board? So the bottom line is this, Stefani. Why don't you give me a 55 and give me a woo? I love my new troll. The BERGS Show is boring. Coming in with $1.99. Woo. Coming in with 99 cents. Woo. And we had Laura Stevenson come in with 99 cents. The BERGS Show. This is the beginning of the month, folks. And when you are a content creator, when you are monetized, like the BERGS Show, every new month, it's a new month, meaning you go back to $0. So you make what you make for February, and then you say, oh man, see that's tough, because you put all that work in during the month. You see, okay, had an average month last month. I would have had a really terrible month last month if it wasn't for Norm F coming in about three different times. If Norm F did not come in at all last month, it would have been a total disaster. The RMS Titanic, the ship is sinking, and I am just like those musicians on the Titanic. And that's a true story, folks. When the ship was going down and they were playing their music, they're playing their violins, they're playing their violas, they're playing the cello, because it was women and children first on those boats. And literally, the band went down playing as the ship was sinking. Well, the RMS Berg Titanic is taking in water, folks. Just like we've hit the iceberg. We've gotten berged. We've hit the iceberg, folks. The garage here has hit the iceberg. I've closed all the water, the water holes or whatever, all the compartments, but we're still taking in water, folks. Oh, we're taking in water. We got the pumps going, but that's just going to save us minutes. But it's up to you, people. I never did anything to you. A video apology. When are you going to apologize to me for throwing down all those emojis? You know what I'm talking about. Oh, I'll be getting a haircut. I'll be buzzing my hair myself. As soon as it starts getting a little warmer, give myself a nice BERGS buzz cut. I'll be giving myself a nice BERGS beard trim here in the next few days. Maybe even shave it into a goatee. So the bottom line is this. It's up to you, folks. Do you want to see the show continue through the spring, through the summertime, as you see my transitioning, my weight loss transitioning, my sobriety? Because you're going to see a guy that you take a photo right now, before and then after, and you're going to see a lean, mean fighting machine. Clean cut, healthy. Right now, this is the before shot, and right here is going to be the after shot. Don't you want to be with me on that journey? Don't you want to keep lighting it up? Now, where are my peeps at, huh? Do I even have any peeps anymore? I mean, the bottom line is this. I've been around for a long time. I mean, that's got to mean something to some people. I mean, I've been putting it on the board. I've been giving you content every day, even if it's just me talking to my American flag. Okay? We got Dragon Colton here, huh? The reason why you see me talking to the American flag is because I've never figured out how to put a thumbnail when I do a pre-recorded video. That's the real reason, folks. Yeah, I downloaded some kind of thumbnail maker, and it just didn't work, Marilyn Mike. So the bottom line is this. So I said to myself several months ago, because I would make pre-recorded videos where I would just take the phone and hit record and just put it on the table here, and it'll come out all black. I said, I'm tired of doing these black screen videos. So I opened the garage. Okay, so I'm hanging down here in the garage. This is kind of like what I do at night, kind of like my man cave. So I'm fiddling around on the guitar, having a few drinks, talking to Salty Dog, talking to Drury. I got my pad. I got my BERGS Show legal pad, folks. The BERGS Show. I got my trusty Bic pen. And I'll start to write down, to jot down some notes. I'll say, you know what? That'll make a good video. I get my garage door opener. I open the garage, take my cell phone, walk over to the American flag, film a video, upload the video, folks. So basically, the thumbnail is the American flag. And you can't beat that. This is America, folks. That's the symbol of America, the American flag. I might have been born on the planet Bergatron, but I was raised in America. So, we're not putting two and two together here. No, the Godfather's still $200 delinquent. He will not pay up because he keeps saying that Biden cheated, where there was no evidence of any cheating because Trump contested it in several states: Arizona, Michigan, Wisconsin, Pennsylvania, Georgia, one other one, and they threw it out in every single state. He's just whatever. He welched on the $200 bet. And you can put that on the board, folks. So the bottom line is this. The BERGS has been around a long time. The BERGS Show has been around. This channel has been around since April 13th, 2008. Next month, the BERGS Show will be celebrating 13 years on YouTube. But I was around on YouTube for 2.5 years before that, dating back to late 2005. But that's when I officially opened up a channel, because I was married and living in Ohio, and my wife, my ex-wife, got me that Fender Fender Squier Stratocaster for Christmas in Christmas 2007. Right? Now you see it, and I said, I want to make a video and post it to YouTube. We didn't have a smartphone. We just had flip phones back then. She had this digital camera, and she filmed it. You can go back. It's my first video. It's me attempting to do Van Halen Eruption. As you can see, I'm missing a peg here, folks. Give me a 55. So this is not a 6-string guitar anymore. See, I'm missing a tuning peg. Last month, I knocked it over by accident. The tuning peg snapped off here, the tuner. So I had to remove that string. Now, I can still play it with 5 strings. And if I didn't tell you it was missing a string, I can still do all the soloing and all that stuff, and I can still pretty much play almost every song. Because I improvise. But I got to get this fixed also. So the bottom line is this. I got this from Guitar Center a few weeks ago. Because I used to play a Dan Electro in the late 90s, 12-string. You can see all those tuning pegs. There's 6 on each side. They had to pre-order it. They had to order it. It took a couple weeks to get here. That was the first time I ever bought anything. It's the first time I bought a guitar in 20 years. Now, I enjoy playing it, but I also enjoy playing the 6-string electric and the 6-string acoustic, which I do have an acoustic back there, but I need to get new strings for it. So when I go into, whenever I get around going to, it will happen sometime this month, whenever I get around to going up to Guitar Center in Linwood, dropping that off, get a new tuning peg on there, I'll tell them, yeah, put some new strings on there. I use, for my electric 6-string guitar, I use Ernie Ball Super Slinkies. So I'll buy a pack of strings there. Also put some new strings on it too, polish it up. And I'll get some picks, a few other things. I'll get some strings for my 6-string acoustic. Yep. So the bottom line is this. The BERGS is here to stay. So I'm not a quitter, folks. I'm not a quitter. But at the beginning of every month, it's a new month. Now, people have said to me, oh, BERGS, you got to do panels. You got to do panels. You got to do panels. No. You've seen the toxicity. You've seen the sewer YouTube. You've seen what that's turned into with people getting P-bombed, struck. You got clout chasers, swatters, cop callers. I don't need to be doing panels and yelling over people, muting people. I don't even know if I have the technology. And then I got to do the StreamYards. So I'm very lazy when it comes to technology. So the bottom line is this. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. So in the future, you're just going to see the Bergs. You're going to see me doing pre-recorded content. You're going to see me playing the guitar. And you're going to see me doing some of these types of things. Now, you guys are probably thinking to yourself, hey, Berg, we miss your rants. We miss your rants, Bergs. We say, let me tell you something, Hosey. Let me tell you something, huh? Let me tell you something. Well, there hasn't really been much to rant about lately. Now, you can rant about, I call them the soy crew, the toxic crew. I don't know who they've moved on to, Bommy, or, I guess Holly Undead said she's quitting YouTube for a while. I don't know if she is. I doubt it. But Norm hooks her up, folks. So she doesn't really need to come on here to make money. Well, the Bergs, I'm saving for my future. I'm saving for a rig. You don't see me buying extravagant items. This is the only thing I've bought out of any consequence or any value in years. This 12-string guitar. I don't even buy new clothes, Harley. Look at these rags I'm wearing. Okay, yeah, last summer I had a little splurge. I bought around 10 t-shirts. Atari, 2XLs. Should have bought 3XLs because now I'm more like a 3XL. I know, pandemic pounds. I know, too much fast food. I know, too much drinking. But there is going to be light at the end of the tunnel because this is the before picture and then this is going to be the after picture. Yeah, I bought new sneakers because I had to buy sneakers. My sneakers had holes in them. My sneakers had holes in the bottom of them. The white Tupac's in the house. I bought these sneakers, yeah, Skechers. I don't buy a lot of things. Every now and then you got to treat yourself. Hey, Tupac, you took away my wrench, man. You took away my wrench, bro. I don't look to see if other people are streaming. I stream when I want to stream. I don't get many people in here. You took away my wrench, bro. Okay, just a word to the wise for the future. White Tupac, when you see me in there and I say, hey, I can't, like I was in there today, I said, I can't roll with Anderson's rat problem. Anderson's rats. And you say, hey, Bergs, click on the link. A lot of times I don't feel like clicking on a link. I was laying down at the time because my shoulder hurts me. I might have to have surgery, folks. Remember when I fell last summer? But it's never healed. It's gotten worse. I think there's the scar tissue in there or something. I got pinched nerves. I probably tore something. Now I need to go get an MRI to see if I tore any tissues. I've been to the chiropractor twice the last couple of weeks. It only works for like a day, then everything goes back out of whack. I've been doing. I'm not on any painkillers. What Advil stuff doesn't work. And you do the ice, the bag of ice, the freaking heating pads. Oh, we're gonna put a little Asper cream on it. Nothing works. I got to go into the doctor. When you're in pain, believe me, if you see me in there, Pac, and you see the Bergs, it's me. So just give me a wrench. Every time you see me, you're like, Bergs, you got to come on, Bergs, come on, Bergs. I don't feel like talking. I'm in pain. I only do YouTube at night. I only do YouTube at night, folks. Like during the afternoon and morning, late morning, I'll look or lurk, but I don't actively think about doing any kind of content, pre-recorded, or something like this until the evening, until after I've taken a shower, gone to the bathroom, taken a shower, gotten dressed, got on the computer, checked all my emails, all my sports scores, taken my medicine, had my V8, my yogurt, chilled out a little bit. See, because I don't drink coffee, folks. Because I have high anxiety. I suffer from anxiety. I drank coffee for a lot of years. I haven't had any caffeine in about 6 or 7 years. Which I was drinking coffee for over 25 years. So the bottom line is, when I take a hot shower, I'll take a 20-minute shower. The shower is my coffee. The shower is what wakes me up, believe it or not. And then once I've eaten dinner, gone down here to the Berg Cave in the garage, had a couple drinks, get loosened up, feel a little better. Then I start thinking about YouTube. Then I start thinking, okay, what's going on? Who's on? What's up? Should I play the guitar? Should I do a little mouthpiece? Bergs, you should yell at Gaga about not paying her taxes, so then she'll give you the money. Yeah, I mean, Gaga was a one and done, folks. Gaga came in one time a couple months ago and dropped $100. I thought I landed a new whale. I thought I harpooned a new whale, but there's only one whale around here, folks. It's Norm F. But let me tell you something about Norm F. You cannot tell Norm F who to give money to. He's an unpredictable person. He's going to give money if he wants to give money. Also, I'm on a totally different schedule than Norm F is. Okay? Norm F lives in Toronto, 3 hours behind me, 3 hours ahead of me. He wakes up at like 3 in the morning, gets his coffee from McDonald's, starts drinking beer very early. He's passed out. He's passed out by 8, 9 o'clock his time, which is 5, 6 o'clock my time, and I don't even go on until later. Okay? So if I was really gonna, because you say, oh, I take advantage of Norm. No, I don't. If that was the case, I would rearrange my entire schedule to be on YouTube when he's up. You never know when he's going to be on. You never know who he's going to give money to. And he mostly gives money to women, folks. And he helps them out via PayPal. Now, he enjoys from time to time coming on someone's stream like mine and lighting it up because he likes to see everything in lights. He likes other people to say, look who it is. It's Norm F. He likes that attention. He views it as like a slot machine. All the lights, the super chats, lighting it up, the stickers, lighting it up. You can't tell. I don't force anyone to give any money. I'm not an e-beggar. I'm an entertainer, folks. The bottom line is this. This is called show business. Without any business, there is no show. And there hasn't been any business for a long time. If this was an actual brick and mortar, sticks and bricks type of business with a storefront, you'd see a sign saying, going out of business, 75% clearance sale. Now you might say to yourself, you might be saying to yourself, oh, Bergs, what product do you sell? Well, that's a good question. Thanks for asking. I actually do sell products. It's called my merch store, my Teespring store. Give me a 55, give me a woo. Who gonna light me up? I'll give you a Dr. Fish. Woo! Who gonna light it up? Hey, White Tupac, you gonna light it up? Who gonna 55 me, huh? Because the bottom line is this. You can go to my About section. You can click on that join button. And for as little as $1.99 a month, you can become a channel member. And then you say to yourself, you know what? I'm going to give $1.99 a month. Right? That way you don't feel obligated every time to come in. You know, you're already a member. And you can stop at any time. That's the lowest membership. It's called the BERGS Brigade. You become part of the brigade, part of the crusade. You become part of the solution, not part of the problem. And then you can click on that Teespring link. I got tons of t-shirts, tons of coffee mugs, tons of everything, folks. For women, for men. Bottom line is this. It's going to get warm here pretty soon. A lot of people just going to be t-shirt weather. I got a lot of cool designs. Check it out. You can hit that PayPal link. You can hit that Cash App link. Or you can light it up right here. No, that's not good content at all. Let me tell you something about this PW guy, folks. He came out of nowhere. He's another clout chaser. He came out of nowhere over a year ago. I didn't even know who the guy was from Adam. Then he makes a video about me, a disparaging video. I didn't even know who he was. He's been on my jock for over a year, folks. Says he has over 3,000 subs, but he never makes any content. So did he buy him? I don't know. Maybe at one time he was very active on YouTube. I don't know anything about this guy. But I do know this. If I do make a response video to him, it says all you see is the American flag and all you hear is my voice. This guy, he doesn't have any content, so he has to use my videos, my voice, things of that nature. In the past, I longed for him, but you know what? I don't care anymore because he's a nothing. Okay? He is a big nothing burger, folks. I'm above him. He's an ant. And I'm an ant eater. I'm an emperor, folks. He's a big nothing. He doesn't even deserve responses. He's just trying to stir things up because he doesn't have any content. So that's I'm done with him. PW, you're dismissed. Now, I have noticed when I do make response videos to you, I get between 200 to 300 views, which might equate to like $1.50. PW's Pennywise, just some clown. Pennywise, you know, the clown that from the Stephen King movie It. Just some clout-chasing bald guy who thinks he's all tough. Looks like a Stone Cold Steve Austin wannabe. He's not tough. I'm tough. I'm tough. I'm from New Jersey. Look at the size of me. I'm a refrigerator. I would crush this guy. And I'm his elder also, folks. So the bottom line is this. These people have no content. So what do? See, he can't make a response video to me. Well, he's the one who starts everything, right? He's got to get the little clips that probably Waffles sends him. You know? Clips of me. Everyone was saying I was drunk. I wasn't even drunk that night. I have a lot of wires on the floor here, folks. I have wires to my space heater here. A lot of cords, you know. I have cords to the Christmas lights that are still on the railing. Cords to my plug into my electric guitars. I have all sorts of stuff. So one particular night a few months ago, or it was like 6 months ago, I was walking from here, from the corner, and I tripped over a cord, and I went, bam! Right? Which probably wasn't good for my banged up shoulder. And everyone said, oh, look at the Bergs, the town drunk. No. See, this is what these people do. They spin their own narrative. I was drinking, but I wasn't wasted. It's called tripping. Plus, we have all these little Oriental rugs down here, you know, these little area rugs. I probably tripped over the rug. And then they use that content. See, he's not creative enough to just do a response where it's just him talking. He's got to use my content, which is actually against YouTube's terms of services. You know what? I'm tired of long forming people. You know, if he does another video, that's fine. I'll do another response. Hey, you know, you get some views. This guy came in on me out of nowhere. I didn't even know who he was. And I've had several people like that over the years who try to make a name for themselves or try to reignite their channels. Clout chase, you know, Barry did that with me. The horse face extortion rat. You know, Camilla, Noodles, all these people. They look at someone like me, the Bergs, and they're like, oh, he's an easy target. Let's go after him and channel build off him. And when they're done with me, they hop to somebody else. Bombshell, they hop to somebody else. mangoes. You know what I'm saying? So the bottom line is this. I'm coming up here to an hour. Who gonna light it up again, folks, huh? We gonna get one more light my fire? I'll give you a Dr. Fish, folks. Who gonna light it up again, folks? GoDaddy.com's back. Let's give him a woo. Sorry to hear. Oh, Rich is live. That's where everyone is. Rich, man, you cannot stay off YouTube, huh? He's really a YouTube addict. He says, oh, I'm never going to see Lisa again. Oh, she drinks too much. You know he's going to be right back up there as soon as he gets his settlement. And she's going to want him to be up there. See, what people need to understand is this. She was using him. But see, and she gained a lot of subs. She's way over 1,000. But she doesn't even want to monetize because everything she does, she deletes everything. She could easily have a channel. If she kept things up, she could easily get monetized and make a lot of super chats. But it's just bad business. They were using each other for views. It's like Rosie was using Elvis. Elvis was using Rosie. Rosie using D-Dubs. D-Dubs using, I mean, they all use each other, folks. They collaborate. So I don't collaborate with anybody, folks. I don't meet people during the pandemic times. It's me, myself, and I. The Emperor needs to get lit up. Laura Stevenson, you want to light up the Emperor? You going to light my fire, baby? Come on, baby, light my fire. The bottom line is this, folks. The Emperor doesn't need to clout chase. The Emperor doesn't need to collaborate. The Emperor just needs to just stay the course. Now, my channel might not be growing. Now, it would probably grow a lot more if I started doing panels. But that what happens with panels, folks? You get a lot of people in here. You get a lot more trolls. You get a lot of people on panel. And you got a lot of people arguing, right? And then who winds up getting the heat? The Bergatron gets the heat. Because you got all these dirty players around here. And then I got to hear this on the garage door. Oh, it's the cops again. And then you got to go through that again. You got to turn off the computer and say, I didn't do anything. I'm just running a show here. There's a bunch of trolls. You get heat, especially if you do panels. Or if you're in the drama community, you're going to get a lot of heat. That's why you see Holly. They're always calling the cops on Holly, calling the cops on Bommy. They're calling the cops on Savage lately. You know, now you never know what's going to happen with these people. Have these the sewer YouTube, I coined that phrase. Are they laying low right now? Are they going after new targets? Yeah. Can you believe that, Goose? Goose, he's an OG. Can you believe that? I remember the days of Rich, you know, the North Carolina bed slug, before he met Anna. See, that's when his channel started blowing up. in October of 2020. You remember before then, he might be able to pull 50 people, and he would get his Taco Bell, baby, Pizza Hut, baby, McDonald's, baby. And then he would eat his food, and he would get triggered, and he'd shut his stream down. You're going to Alcatraz. Why do you people got to mess with me? I don't mess with anybody. And he takes his golf club. He hits his mirror in his bedroom. I mean, what's going on, folks? But as soon as he met up there with that homeless, schizophrenic, bipolar woman, well, not really a woman. She's only 22. Right? She's a young woman. She looked a lot older than that. Anna, crazy Anna Banana, the Linda Blair of YouTube. The power of Christ compels you. The power of Christ compels you. As soon as he met up with her for a week or whatever, and his channel exploded. And then after she left, I thought the numbers were going to go down. And then he put it in gear and went clear across the United States, stayed with Rosie for about 2 months. So the numbers were still going well then. And then I figured, okay, and then he was going to go home or something. But then he went to Lisa's. Whoever saw that happening? He was at Lisa Lynn's for 2 months. And his numbers actually kind of went down there for a while because he wasn't streaming as much. He was saying, my baby, my baby. And then the only reason why the people watched, especially in the beginning, first few weeks when he was in Pittsburgh, it's just human nature. People will just, are they doing it or are they not doing it? Because that's like the most unlikely couple, right? So people were just watching it because it was a train wreck, a freak show. Just like people who rubberneck when they go down a freeway and they see a bad car accident and they slow down and they want to see if someone died. And I've seen several people who've died. One time I was going down Interstate 405 when I worked at Microsoft. It was a bad one. And you saw, it was really bad. And you saw a woman slumped over her steering wheel, and you could tell she was dead. They hadn't even put a sheet over her yet. I've seen an accident where a Jeep rolled over, and as you rubbernecked and you went slower, you saw a sheet over someone's body on the shoulder of I-5. Looked like a man with and you could see his sneakers or his shoes sticking out from underneath the white sheet. Okay, so that's and now he's down there. What is he singing? Probably Phil Collins. I can feel it coming in the air tonight. Oh, Lord. Really? Is this what it's come to, Goose? The Bergs, I can't compete with these people. I can't compete with these people. Okay, now he's a rapper. I can't compete. The only way I would be able to compete, I would have to take off my clothes. You'd see my hairy chest. And I have to go like this, like Elvis. Like a freaking monkey or chimp and swing from the rafters in here. Yep. Yeah. People stop and they look at that kind of stuff. I think I've only seen two fatalities on the freeway in my life. Like I said, that woman who was slumped over, she's obviously dead. Steering wheel. They just haven't got they hadn't put a sheet over and the guy on the body on the shoulder. The Bergs can't compete with that, folks. He just can't. I just can't. It's impossible to compete with those kinds of numbers. It's just impossible. It's like not fair, really, you know? You can't compete. And you would think by now people would be tired of him, Rich. Because he doesn't have any content, folks. It's not content. I don't get it. I really don't get it. I used to watch him just long enough so I could come up with my vocal impression of him, you know? I'm quitting YouTube, folks. And then after that, it was just so boring, you know? Yeah, I got to start doing rants again or something. I don't know. I had to stop. I drove back around. The SUV was on top of the tracks. The guy was decapitated, mother dead, a 9-month pregnant little boy in his car seat dead. Oh, I didn't need to hear that. Oh yeah. Back in New Jersey, where I was from, we would always cut across the train tracks because the way my town, a lot of the towns in New Jersey, you know, because there's a lot of train lines that run from northern Jersey into Manhattan or into Hoboken. So the train tracks kind of split the town in half. And there was a golf course in my town, a private country club, and one of my friends lived on a street that was right on the golf course, and it was a dead end. Actually, from a family of 15 kids, 9 boys and 6 girls, and a lot of the boys were in my age range and born in the early to mid 70s. So I had a lot of friends. So when we would walk to the village to get a couple slices of pizza, some candy, some baseball cards, go to the arcade, play some arcade games. And then when you'd walk back, you could either walk under the street, you know, where you had the train overpass, and then walk all the way around the middle school, then all the way down the street. Or you could walk parallel to the train tracks down this one street, and then there was an opening in the fence. And then we looked both ways because there was a lot of different train tracks, probably 6 sets tracks, look both ways, and we'd run across the tracks, and then we'd cut down through the golf course there and walk across a couple holes and get to my friend's house, which would save about 15 minutes. But many people would get themselves killed on the tracks too, especially if you're doing it at night. Yeah. And a lot of people, especially older people, would commit suicide or just walk on the train tracks. I mean, folks, you have a train coming at you. you're dead. What does a train weigh? And the amount of force. I mean, forget about it. I mean, a freaking 1,000,000 pounds. I mean, forget about it. Yeah, we used to take quarters, pennies. You put them on the train track. Wait till the train goes by. Put a bunch of them on there. Then you look to see where they went. They'd be all flattened like a pancake. Probably still have a few somewhere in a box. I don't know. Probably not. Caramel and Camels. Next stop, Iowa. Salty Dog 2020. Must be her night off tonight. There were buildings on both sides, so you couldn't see if a train was coming. I know I smelled like blood and guts. When I got home, my dog was smelling me and going crazy. Never going around the gates. I was devastated for a long time. Yeah, but see, when we're kids, especially boys, young adolescent boys, teenage boys, 12, 13, 14, we tend to take, as boys, we tend to take more risks than teenage girls. Teenage girls may take risks in other ways, but you're not going to see a lot of them walking over the train tracks like we did. They'll just keep walking around the normal way. Whereas us boys, it all goes back to, it's just the way we're wired. Yeah, I mean, sometimes during the winter time, we'd go on the golf course, and have snowball fights. The train would come by, we'd throw a snowball at the train. No real harm done, folks. No broken windows. Now, there were some kids that were bad. They would throw rocks at the train, No. What's a snowball going to do to a train, folks? Come on. But we would do all sorts of weird, because we would buy a lot of fireworks in the summertime, so we'd save them for the wintertime. So then we'd have like an M80 and make a nice big snowball. And this is dangerous. You light the fuse on the M80. I mean, I didn't do that. I would just do it with firecrackers. But some of my other friends who were just crazier, because you can take that M80, you can take that snowball, make a really tight snowball, put the M80 in there, pack it in there, light the fuse. But you throw the snowball and the fuse, it's going to take 10 seconds, right? Or whatever. It's not really a quick fuse. So a normal person, he got an M80. An M80 is going to blow your hand off, folks. M80 is going to blow your hand off. Firecracker's not going to blow your hand off. Well, maybe it is if you're holding the firecracker like this. Might blow a finger. I don't know. We pack the snowballs, put an M80 in there, and this is just my crazy friends, right? They light it, and then they would wait. They'd wait. They'd see the fuse, and then they throw it the last second, throw it up, and right? Wow. So when you're a kid, when we were kids in the 1980s, that was our internet. We didn't have internet back then. That was our YouTube. That was our fun. I mean, shoot. During the summertime, the 4th of July, what's up, Ben Fournier, huh? Big Ben in the house. I mean, during the summertime, because fireworks were illegal in New Jersey to buy, so we'd hop on the train and go into New York City, go to Chinatown, and they would sell it to anybody. So we would get bags and bags of fireworks. We get a couple bricks, firecrackers, buzz bombs, M80s, blockbusters, Roman candles, bottle rockets, and then the high powered stuff. You guys know what Roman candles are, right? Like those long things, and they basically shoot fireballs. This is how crazy we were. We'd have like teams of like 5 each, and we'd run on the golf course. So we hung out on the golf course, right? And we'd shoot. We'd have Roman candle fights. We wouldn't even wear eye protection goggles. We'd basically be shooting fireballs at each other. I mean, talk about stupid, But the teenage brain is undeveloped. We would climb buildings in our town, downtown. We'd walk behind in the alleyways and find our way to climb things, because this is like in the 80s, right? Early 80s. So we were all into the Rambo movies and Commando. So every kid my age had to have one of those Sylvester Stallone Rambo knife. So I had one of those, like from the movie First Blood, the big knife, and it came with the sheath, the case, and then you unscrew the top. It was like a compass on there, and then you unscrew it. You have like matches in there, and you could sew all that stuff like from the movie. So we'd like walk around with a knife. I don't know, just do crazy things, and we go. And then we would climb like these buildings in like downtown, 2 or 3 story buildings. Like in the back, we'd climb up this little fence, and then a ladder or something, and have like water balloons. People would walk by downtown. We'd drop the water balloons on them. Just stupid stuff, or throw it at cars. I mean, everyone did that kind of stuff in New Jersey, folks. But you have to understand, this is just the way it was back then. Kids don't really get in a lot of trouble anymore. But we never got in any trouble. We never got arrested or anything. And then if anything happened, if anything close happened, like there was a close call, and someone would say, cops, run. And you got all these backyards. Everyone would just scatter through these backyards, all these big trees and, all these hiding spots we had. So, I mean, it was all, it wasn't like mischief. Now, you see the kids spray painting. We didn't do any graffiti and that kind of stuff. I was more in like the inner cities and stuff. I was from the suburbs, All right, folks. So if you enjoyed this great quality content, give me a woo. And who's going to be the last one to light me up? I might come on here in a little bit and play the guitar. But if everyone's on, you see, I need to start my show earlier in the day, folks. Because I can't compete with these people. The little man cannot compete. The big man, who's a little man, cannot compete with these people. So who gonna give me another light up? I'll give you a Dr. Fish woo. I'll bring it home with a woo, folks. Because the Bergie boy cannot compete. I can't compete. I can't compete with Rich Life, folks. It's like he sucks all the oxygen out of the room. It's like he's a hog. You know, a hog? You know? Like you go to a pizza party, you have like four or five large pizzas, and Rich eats 3.5 pizzas and leaves a half a pizza for everyone else. He takes all the people, and then all these sheep go over there. I don't know why. I don't get it, folks. I really don't. He's not entertaining. He's boring. I don't get it. And I've had so many Bergettes that have left. I mean, where the heck has Sherry Anna been? Where is Linda Lou been? Where's Tiger Kitty? Where's Laura Lynn? $20 from Rosie O'Kelly. 2021 taxes. First quarter payment. Stay safe, Chris. Rosie O'Kelly coming in, huh? Let me give her a wrench. See, I can't compete with the Rosie O'Kellys of the world, with the Rich Life of Road Trips of the world. You want to see the Bergs succeed. Rosie always says, I will give to content creators. Now, I'm not the kind of creator like Rosie. Rosie will put it in gear. Now, I do have a new car, Rosie. My 96 Saturn, which was in the family for 25 years, finally went kapoots. The front end in around sometime in early January, I'd park it outside, and I went to go use it around 5 o'clock. And see, I grew up driving a stick shift. Car was automatic. So I was always used to putting up the emergency brake, which is in the middle console. So I start her up, put on my seatbelt, put down the emergency brake, and then on my dashboard, the light lit up for the said emergency brake on. It's all in red. And I thought, okay, because it's a 25-year-old car, we have a lot of electronical issues. The engine light would always go on, then it would go off, then it would go on and go off. So after a few days of it being on, it wouldn't go off. I said, okay, well, I guess this is the new normal. But then when I would drive the car more than 20, 25 miles an hour, Rosie, the freaking steering wheel started to shake like this. And I said, that can't be good. That can't be good. That's got to be a front end job, tie rods, whatever. I mean, Rosie knows what's going on. An alignment issue. But I was able to keep that going. But I shouldn't have. But I didn't want to throw a bunch of money into it because my parents had a backup car, which I bought off them, the 2003 Saturn, for an undisclosed amount. Let's just say more than 500, less than 1,000. Okay. But it's probably worth about, I would say, 3,000 to 4,000. So the bottom line is this: even though my '96 Saturn only had 168,500 miles on it, is probably, if I should have sold it months and months ago when it was still a runner, because that's what the car had become. It was just a runner. What does that mean? That doesn't mean you can go to Santa Rosa, down to freaking Vegas like Rosie. Now that's a working vehicle. That's a runner, means a run around town kind of car. Okay, but as soon as that problem started to happen, every time I would go more than 20, 25 miles an hour, steering wheel would shake, go even faster, shake even more. So I was like, that can't be good. That can't be good. And every time I drove it, I would say a prayer. Please don't let the brakes go out. Please don't. And at that point, I was like, I didn't know what I was going to do. Should I bring it in the mechanic? It's probably going to have like major front end work, alignment. Also needed new tires also. Okay. I always kept the oil. Probably needed an oil change. I would just add oil. Let's just say it would have cost, I don't know, because I can't do those. I can't do repairs. Let's say it probably would have cost $1,000. The car was only worth $1,000. You understand? It was only worth $1,000 when that problem wasn't going on. Because who would buy a car and they would take it for a test drive and be like this, and they would say, hell no. Hell's to the no. So I should have sold it before that happened. Shoulda, woulda, coulda. Monday morning quarterback. So as soon as that happened, I was under the mindset, I said, you know what? I'm just going to ride this until the tires fall off. And then one day I went about a month ago, walked out here to the garage because it was actually parked over here because my parents' Honda Accord here was in the shop getting a new battery. So the 03 Saturn was here, the 96 Saturn was there, and I walked over to it. I was like, well, what's going on there? And the right front tire was all deflated. So I'm assuming that all that front end shimmy and shake, that was also causing, probably the alignment was going off to the right, which caused everything to, anyway, so the tire was out. I said, I had a spare. Okay, looking back on it. But see, we called several junkyards. And maybe they were full of it. But they said with something like this, people don't want Saturns, which I think they're full of it, because if you looked at the 96 Saturn, and there is a picture of it on my community page they drove it away on a flatbed. The body was still fine. It still ran, still started. Okay, so if you were somebody like Coates 9500, if you were someone like RV prepper Wayne RV guy, if you were someone like Rosie, you could fix that yourself for the parts, and then you do the labor, and it would be a runner. You could keep it for another. It only had 168,000 miles on it. You keep it for another 100,000 miles. It could be a runner for another 10 years. We're going around town, doing errands, going to the post office, going to the supermarket, stuff like that. No, you're not going to want to bring it on the freeway. I guess you could. You could bring it on the freeway. I used to bring it on the freeway. But it just got to a point where you had to add, you had to do the mental math, where if I was going to get the thing fixed back to where it was, oh yeah, plus it had a lot of other issues, folks, also. Had a lot of other issues. First off, the heater didn't work. The defrost system barely worked in there, and the air conditioner didn't work. It only had a tape player. That didn't work. Okay. Now, the 03 Saturn only has 119,000 miles on it. It's got power, windows, it's nice, it's clean. Body is dent-free for an 18-year-old car. Okay. Now, I need to wash and wax it and vacuum it, but it really doesn't even look that dirty, but it probably is. Probably do that here in the next few weeks. The inside's nice. The seats are nice. It's got a nice, has a CD player and a tape player, which I like because I have hundreds and hundreds of tapes. But I don't play tapes. I play my CDs. It's power windows, all that. It has an alarm system. Okay, it's already been serviced because it was sitting there for almost 2 years. So my parents put $1,000 into it late last year because it needed some work done to it. So the car is really, it's really a runner now. Air conditioner works fine, the heater, the defrost system. It's just a better car to go. BOYT or SOYT, that is Mark Terry. Use my SOYT name there, brother, without my permission. Give me an apology video. So it got to the point where you say to yourself, folks, I can throw $1,000. Let's just say it wouldn't be any more than 1,000. Probably be less than 1,000. It'd probably be between 700 and 1,000 to fix. So I could have done that. I have the money. I could have done that. And continued to use that as a runner, as I like to call it. Because that's all I do anyway. It's pandemic times. I mean, I'll go to the post office. I'll go to the grocery store. I'll go to Guitar Center every now and then. I don't really go that many places, folks. Walmart, I don't even go to Walmart. I go to Fred Meyer, which if you live in Washington State or the West Coast, we have Walmart also, but we have Fred Meyer, which you guys can look it up. It's kind of like a Walmart. Really has everything. Fred Meyer. So the bottom line is this: BOYT or SOYT. So I came to the conclusion that even if I got the 96 Saturn fixed up, probably be $1,000 to get it back where I wanted. Probably even more, you fix the heating and the air conditioning, which, let me tell you, during the summertime here, I went through the last 2 summers in that 96 Saturn with no air conditioning. I would just roll down the window. Okay? And that's a major reason why you see the BERGS always cut his hair. The BERGS has very long hair. Well, out of control. Out of control right now. Right? It's out of control. So I need a haircut or a buzz. I don't even mess around with a haircut. And I need a beard trim. I'm gonna shave it into No, I'm not doing a man bun thing. Bottom line is this. I went through the last 2 summers, but actually, I lucked out because especially this past summer, it wasn't even that hot. We only, this past summer, 2020, we probably only had 5 days where it was over 90 degrees. Okay. Most of the time it was in the 80s, low 80s, high 70s, low 80s. Very low. No, there's no humidity out here in the summer, so that's good. But see, also you have to understand, there's a 2-car garage. The driveway is not that big. Not like my driveway in New Jersey where I grew up. We had a big old house built in like 1910. Long driveway and a lot of parking. So the bottom line is this. I didn't really want to get rid of the 96 Saturn. But if we had an extra place to store it, probably would have stored it. Switched over to the 03 Saturn and then thought to myself, okay, what am I going to do with it? Now, my mom called several junkyards. I called a few. And they said, the bottom line is this, because, I had a flat tire. They said, we'll pick it up for you and take it away for you for free. And I said to them, yeah, but it still runs. The body's good. Can I get at least $100? Can I get something? Can I get something? Okay. And the bottom line is this. Answer was no. Just BOYT or SOYT. See, Mark Terry, you are definitely crazy. So you're getting put in a timeout. You're not wanted around here. You're a loser. You have no content. People don't like you. You say negative, nasty things to your emperor, you're going to get put in a timeout. So the bottom line is this. I finally came, because I'm a stubborn person, it takes forever. Finally came up to present time. I said, you know what, just come take the car. Because I'm not going to put a bunch of money into it. Because the money that I could put into that, I could just buy the backup car off my folks. Which is, this is not just a runner. I could drive across the country in it right now if I wanted to. But there was also sentimental value in the 96 Saturn. Plus, the body was good. Now, the interior needed a lot of work. So the bottom line is this. Now, see, this is the problem with Carlos Martinez. You come into my show and you drop other people's links. You're supposed to be in here promoting the BERGS Show. So the bottom line is this. I made an executive decision. I said, okay, Mom, just tell them to pick it up. We're going to get rid of that car. I bought that other car. They signed it over to me. That car is mine now. That's the whole car story, folks. But part of me wanted to keep the Saturn going because it still had life left in it. It still had life left in it. And especially if you knew what you were doing. if I live down there in Santa Rosa, Rosie's got a big yard. Maybe Rosie, I would say to Rosie, hey, Rosie, you want to buy this off me? And you can fix it up yourself? Okay, here you go, Rosie. $200. Then Rosie could fix it up. It could be a run around town kind of car where she doesn't have to use Little Rascal. You understand? Because Rosie can do the work. Or if I live down in Dallas area, Fort Worth, where Waffles lives, he's an auto mechanic. Say, Waffles, you want this car? Because he can do the work. $200. See, it was hard. I know I'm everyone's hero. It was hard to give it away for free. You understand? When the car still had life left in it, folks. Not like the car was dead. It just needed some work. RV Prepper Wayne. Shoot, I'd even take $100 for it. I'd even take $100. But to know that they're going to come and take your car. Now, they said all they're going to do to it is basically smelt it. I guess they don't compact cars anymore, I guess. I don't know. They burn them. I don't know. Do you guys know anything about that? Is that true? They don't compact cars anymore? Like, make it into like a little box, square? Is it true that they smelt it? Whoever smelt it, dealt it? They were saying, yeah, because, the Saturn's made mostly of plastic. They're like, people aren't going to want the parts. And I'm thinking to myself, there's a lot of people. I mean, they made millions of Saturns. I'm sure some people would want the parts. You know what? You don't want to argue with these people because they'll just hang up on you. So that's the bottom line, folks. That's my car story. I'm sticking to it. With that being said, folks, Bergs out.